2022. Wait to see if anybody else jumps in like normal folks. I go live when I have time to go live. It is Sunday in between football games, January 9, 2022. One of the hot topics we're going to talk about tonight is the lives are coming to an end. So I want everybody to know this prior. At the end of January, there will be no more Arizona Timeless Tours lives set up like this. Through this streaming service that I pay for. We're gonna bring that to an end. So that we're gonna talk about that tonight. Other ways that you can get in contact with me. That's gonna be the focus of this live. So just waiting for Facebook to kick in. My private Facebook for the first time. I put that on the live. I put the Arizona Timeless Tours Facebook on the live. YouTube channel is live. We have nobody in yet. So we're going to hit one more song, then we're going to hit the intro video, and then we will go from there, right? Let's see what we got here. All right. Bring that down and get this thing kicked off. Still nobody in on the live, but that's okay. That is one of the reasons, folks, why we're not doing any more lives. I was on live on TikTok the other day. I was out at this very historic location that maybe we'll talk about a little bit later. And what was cool about it was we had 249 people live on TikTok as I was out at this historic location. The analytics at the end of the live, I was live for 50 minutes on TikTok. 200 and I think it was 200 actually, 59 was the most, and 95 was the least amount of people that were on the live for 50 minutes on TikTok. That's why we are cutting off the lives on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm going to end this streaming service on the 31st of January 2022. See where it goes from there, but 99% of everything I do is on TikTok. So if you don't see me anymore live, which you won't at the end of January, I'll be live only on TikTok because that's where it seems to be the most feasible. It makes so much sense to be live there instead of YouTube and Facebook. I mean, 250 plus people on a live for 50 minutes is unbelievable. I've never seen those kind of numbers in the history of the 5 years of the Arizona Timeless Tours on anything that I've done. So TikTok is where it's at. We got 151,000 followers, probably somewhere around 60 million views. Check it out. Don't miss out. We will only really be on TikTok at the Arizona Timeless Tours starting the 1st of February of 2022. That's the main purpose for this live. We're going to talk about some other things, though. All right, let's bring that down. Bring that music down. Hope everybody is having a fabulous, fabulous Sunday. Again, it is January 9, 2022 as I'm doing this live. In case you're watching it in 2035, some reason my face pops up. Yeah, that's what it is. It's 6:04 Arizona time right now. So again, one of the main reasons for doing it, we got nobody in the chat. And again, I'm going to be just upfront with everybody who watches this on Facebook and YouTube, because that's where all of these are put. And now I've deleted, or I haven't deleted it, but I've privatized all the lives that I've done except for ones that I did about 6 months ago. They're still up on YouTube to be seen. Why am I doing this? Again, I'm just being upfront. I am paying for a service, and we don't get that many people to join us live. We get about 150 people to watch this after I leave it up. On Facebook, it's up there forever. I'll never take it off of Facebook. But on YouTube, it stays up for at least 3, 4, maybe 5 days. We get 150 people tops watching these. So it's like, is this feasible anymore to do a live like this? And it is not. So I just want to give everybody the opportunity that doesn't follow on TikTok. If you want to keep following the Arizona Timeless Tours, you want to keep following these adventures, that's where you're going to have to see me on the 1st of February of 2022. Every live will be on TikTok. 99% of the new content will be on TikTok. Facebook will still be up. It's one of my favorite platforms, is the Facebook page of the Arizona Timeless Tours. But not much will be uploaded to YouTube. I'll just be upfront on that one. Not much going to YouTube, because the outreach right now on YouTube isn't good. After 4 years, I think we're 19 people short of 4,000 followers on YouTube, and we got 151,000 followers on TikTok. And I can't say enough great things about TikTok. It's a great place for if you wanted to get in at the bottom level, which you would if you started today. If you got your phone out, your smartphone. I mean, 95% of Americans have smartphones. These things run 4K, the new ones. All of them run 1080 at 30 to 60 frames per second. Some of them run 8K. It's unbelievable. But get out there and start videoing the history of the area that you live in. And you know what? You're going to reach. I had a buddy who just started. He put up a video, and it was just a quick test video, and he reached 500 people on his first video, got like 8 or 10 followers. Most people will never see that for months or years on YouTube or Instagram, or Facebook. TikTok really, really has a great outreach. That's why 99% of mine to what I do here and all the tours I do are focused on TikTok and only TikTok. So if you're joining me late, we got a few people jumping in. This live will end on the 31st of January of 2022. There will be no more lives on Facebook and YouTube. It's just not feasible. And when I see what we get live on TikTok, it truly, I mean, it's a business decision, right? We pay for all these streaming platforms, and I'm not paying for anything on TikTok. And we're reaching 150,000 people, and 250 people join a live. So you can understand that. If you don't think that is feasible, just throw it into the comments. Tell me what you think about the lives on Facebook and YouTube. Are they worth it? For right now, though, they will end on the 31st of January of 2022. So we'll probably do 4 or 5 more this month, and leave them up on the Facebook platform. That'll be the only one that always has content on it that's not deleted or privatized, is the Facebook page. I love it. Let's go into the chat. Bobby Simmons, just saw your Dreamy Draw Dam video today. It's good to see you. Glad that you popped in on the chat. I love the Dreamy Draw Dam. I love the history. I am not an alien UFO guy. People don't realize, just like anything else, you learn the story. I've researched. I got books and magazines and stuff 50 years old sitting right to my left right here. I'm always online looking for a story that either most people don't know about or is really intriguing Conspiracy or not, Dad's story is intriguing. In case people don't know about the Dreamy Draw Dam off of Arizona Route 51, which is another interesting thing that they would name that Arizona Route 51. People link it into Area 51. The Dreamy Draw UFO crash was supposed to happen in October of 1947. 3 months prior to 1947, I believe you have the Roswell event. So it's in the 1947, you see, it's when people start seeing things in the sky, folks. 1947 is the year. And you got these crashes, you got Area 51, you got Roswell, you got the Dreamy Draw Dam here in right up and around Cave Creek. You got a lot going on in 1947, a lot of sightings. You do have a great newspaper report of a young man, I think he was 12 or 13 at the time, that saw what was going on in what is now the Cave Creek landfill area. He lived about a mile away from there. He did an updated report back in, I think, 2004 in an Arizona newspaper that I subscribed to online. And look, it's compelling. His testimony is definitely compelling. Yeah, just an interesting thing. That thing, Bobby Simmons, if you're still on here, that thing, I'm gonna just pop over to TikTok here while I'm on live here and look at that really quick. Yeah, that Dreamy Draw Dam we put out 6 days ago. That is 352,000 views on TikTok. So that's why TikTok is the number one platform for me. 352,000 views. We posted one on the bloodiest feud in U.S. history. That's one of like 6 TikToks we've done. And that's sitting out there 48 hours later at 134,900 views. So, yeah, lot going on in TikTok. You'll never hear me say a bad thing about TikTok. That platform is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And again, I'll just be frank. We are what? I know I didn't announce this. I did throw it on my Facebook page. And we have nobody it's showing on those 2 platforms. And I know it's a Sunday evening. There's some major playoff implications in football tonight from Las Vegas, Nevada, where the Las Vegas Raiders are playing the LA Chargers. Winner goes to the playoffs next week. Loser goes home. So night of football. Cardinals, big problem there, but they're in. But they fell down a few seeds. They should have won this football game easily against the Seattle Seahawks, but they drop it. I think it's 38-30 is the final score there. So, but they're in the playoffs, so good on them. They beat Dallas pretty good 2 weeks ago. So anyhow, here we are. Let's just crank up the intro video here for anybody who comes in at a later time, especially on Facebook. And we'll have this up and going here. right, so there's the intro that I should have put on earlier, but I'm all over kind of giving you a quick update of the channel. That's the main purpose for tonight's show, whether one person shows or 10 people show. That's what our average is on a live here. Just in case you popped in, and people will keep hearing this over and over again if you watch it later. This streaming on this platform of YouTube and Facebook will come to an end the 31st of January of 2022. It's not feasible anymore. We're putting out some content it's not reaching a lot of people, and pushing it into 2022 with the business of doing tours, which are going great in Florence and up in Globe, the Pioneer Cemetery tours. You can schedule those right there on your screen at deanb7010@gmail.com. I do them 7 days a week. We hit the first one off in every day, unless it's canceled, in Florence at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And then we head up to Florence. If I don't have anything scheduled, somebody will get a hold of me through the email, say, hey, look, what week this week do you have open to go up to do a Globe Pioneer Cemetery tour, which is about a 155-mile round trip, 5-hour day. And we do those. So the business part is going. We got shirts in the process of being made that will be for sale for $25 for the tours, definitely, and here online. But most of the sales will go from TikTok. So if you're interested in a Arizona Timeless Tourist shirt, I will show all 4 designs to you coming up before we end the actual lives in the 31st of January of 2022. And then we will always promote them on our TikTok, and we will promote them on Facebook also. So, yeah, I was just at the bookstore the other day, and I picked up some True West magazines. People are always asking, how do you find out about all this hidden gems, these hidden gems in the state, all this hidden history? I mean, we just did the bloodiest shootout on TikTok. The bloodiest shootout in Arizona history didn't happen in October of 1881, folks, at the OK Corral with the Earps and, Doc Holliday and the McClarys and the Clantons and all these guys. It didn't happen then. It didn't actually happen until February the 10th of 1918. I said that right. February 10th, 1918, deadliest shootout in in Arizona history happened that day. You want to know more? It's my most recent TikTok video. Most people have no clue that happened, and that's digging through True West magazines, digging through some very older copyright books from the bookstores and stuff like that. It all had to do with World War I, why this was the deadliest shootout in Arizona history. So go check out my last TikTok. If you're watching this on the 9th of January, that will definitely be my last TikTok. If not, you'll see it. I put it up on the screen there. It's labeled deadliest shootout in Arizona history. Had a great time filming that. And but I went out and bought some to a bookstore and got these True West magazines. Now, the great thing about these True West magazines are first of all, they're in great condition. They're $1.50 a piece where I go and buy them. Right there, $1.50 a piece. This one's from February of 2017. The other one's June 2012. And the other one's October of 2018. And what is this one over here? March of 2017. I bought, 7 True West magazines at this used bookstore for $1.50 a piece. Then I found Arizona Highways, which, come on, Arizona Highways is fantastic. The Law of the Gun by Marshall Trimble, one of the greatest historians in Arizona history. Arizona Highways, The Law of the Gun. And it gives all of some of these lawmen that I never heard of. And it's a brief description, like maybe, 10 pages on each law person. And you find the one that, sticks out, the one that has some very unique Arizona history that maybe most people in the state or in the Southwest have no clue who these people are. Just like the Power Ranch shootout in 1918, I would say that 90% of Arizonans have no clue about the Power Ranch shootout. And again, it was the deadliest shootout in Arizona history, and it goes all the way back to 1918, when you think the days of Wild West and posses being round up. But on top of that being the deadliest shootout, it was the largest manhunt. Over 1,000 people went looking for these actually three gentlemen down around the Mexican border in 1918. This thing, a movie needs to be made about the Powers Ranch. But again, I would say 90%, you tell me if I'm wrong, 90% of Arizonans and people that live in the Southwest and definitely across the rest of the United States have no idea about that deadly shootout in 1918. So that's why we go out and find stuff like this. Great book, Arizona Highways, The Law of the Gun. Let's see when this was actually put out. I bought this thing for $5. Marshall Trimble, one of the great historians of Arizona, if not the greatest. Let's see here. What's the copyright on this thing? What year was this put out? Looks like copyright day is 1997. 1997. Great book. True West magazine, a great magazine. Look, I don't buy magazines anymore, but I do buy the Arizona Highways magazine, the used ones. I can get them for like $1.25 a piece. And these True West magazines I get for $1.50. Definitely worth going through. Again, I bought seven of them, and I've come up with at least 2 TikTok videos, 2 pretty awesome stories that will be put out in the next week or two that most people don't have a clue about. So that's kind of what we do here. So, I was going to open it up for questions, but on this Sunday night, January 9, 2022, we really have had nobody in the live chat. I should have just did this as a video, but usually we got about 9 or 10 people in here, and at least 8 or 9 in the chat, and we don't got much going on tonight. So I'm going to show a video or two. We'll talk about the Florence, Arizona tours that I offer Monday through Sunday. The first one is always out there and available at 10 a.m. Then if we have 2 bookings for the day, the next one will be at 1 p.m. 90-minute historic walking tour. That I promote the tour as Tombstone versus Florence. Florence being much more historical to me, has just as big as a gunfight in Florence than they did in Tombstone. They just didn't have 2 major motion pictures done on the great town of Florence. But you'll find Florence, a lot of stories in Florence in True West magazine throughout the years. And you'll see a lot of books on the state of Arizona and the famous shootouts in Arizona. They reference Florence, Arizona all the time. But we're so stuck on Tombstone. So if you live in the valley, it'll be a lot closer for you to go to the historic Florence area. A lot of people see that as a prison area. It is a prison area because when the Yuma Territorial Prison moved from Yuma in 1908, guess where it landed? In Florence, Arizona. So that since 1908 to present, that is a big prison town. But they do have the historic downtown Florence area where like people like the first mayor of Tombstone, the first official mayor of Tombstone, Mr. John Clum, whose life is extraordinary and should have a motion picture about it also. His home is still out there. He moved in there in September of 1877 after 3 years of being an Indian agent at the San Carlos Indian Reservation. That guy's life is amazing. He becomes a friend of the Earps. And he's actually, when Wyatt Earp passes away, John Clum is a pallbearer at Wyatt Earp's funeral. They were very close. So that tour is a great tour to take. There it is, deanb7010@gmail.com. That's the way you get a hold of me. Hopefully we'll have the shirts up and printed for the next tour. I don't think we have a tour on Monday. So if you're watching this on the 9th of January, 2022, and you're free at 10 a.m. tomorrow, you might have family, friends, co-workers from out of town, in town. We have a 10 a.m. and the 1 p.m. Florence tours are open. Yeah, you just email me there. I'll tell you what it costs, where we meet up at 10 a.m. for that 90-minute historic, phenomenal walking tour. I've done them, folks, and we have had absolutely phenomenal reviews. Some people saying it's the best tour they've taken. Not honking the old horn here, but that's what they say. As soon as we get enough of those reviews, we will start putting them up on some other of these social media platforms so you can read them. Again, Monday through Sunday, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Get a hold of me at deanb7010@gmail.com. Keep me busy, folks. Keep me busy. We haven't been busy for a couple of days. That's why we've come to a conclusion on dropping this particular stream and not paying for it anymore to go live on Facebook and YouTube, because the tours have gone. Last month it was kind of low. It was kind of very slow on the Florence tours and the Globe tours, the Pioneer Cemetery tour. So yeah, best thing is to start cutting places, and the first place we're going to cut is right here. Go with the thing that's the best for us, and that, of course, is TikTok. So let's fly over here and see what we can show you. Let's see what we got going on. We'll put a little music on while we're trying to figure this out. Show you a couple of TikToks. This is the ghost town of Adamsville, which is about 5 miles down the Gila River from Florence. They both were established in 1866. Here's like a 30-minute TikTok. This is kind of what you'll see if you're not following me on the Arizona Time with Tours TikTok page. Let's bring that up here. Let's bring this down. The town of Adamsville was founded by Charles S. Adams in 1866. By 1870, the town had 400 residents. Adamsville had a reputation as one of the wildest, toughest towns in the Arizona Territory. Charles Adams died in the Wickenburg Massacre in 1871. Yeah, so there's Adamsville. That Wickenburg Massacre is another thing, but the guy who founded Adamsville, Charles Adams, died in 1871 in the Wickenburg Massacre. And if you know where it is off-road, and we will cover that on TikTok, not on YouTube, but we will also show it on Facebook, of course. We're going to go out there, got the Jeep souped up so we can get to those locations, no matter if it's rained or if it's really dry. But Adamsville, established in the later part of 1866 by Charles Adams. What I showed you is pretty much all that you can see. Old mill still available there. The water tower is on private property, so you can go off the side of the road and see that. But by 1870, Adamsville had 400 residents. 400 residents by 1870. The town, again, was, they always say Tombstone is a town too tough to die. Most of these Arizona territorial towns back in the 1860s and 70s were off the hook, a lot worse than Tombstone, because they came, years before Tombstone, at least 20 years before Tombstone came about. So Adamsville is a pretty cool spot to go by. You had the Adamsville Cemetery there, where you got a few famous people in the Florence, Adamsville area buried in that cemetery. It's a great place to see. The Butte Cemetery and the Adamsville Cemetery, they're kind of right next to each other. If you ever go out there to Florence, you'll want to visit the ghost town of Adamsville. Let's see what else we can come up with here. All right, the next video I'm going to show you before we call it quits tonight is in Globe, my second favorite Pioneer Cemetery up in Globe, Arizona. Got to get up there and check that out, folks. That place is unbelievable. It's the second best Pioneer Cemetery in the state. We do tours up there. Some unbelievable Arizona characters and people who shaped this state are buried in that Globe Cemetery. But this is an interesting video. in that TikTok found it that the content might be too sensitive for people to check out, and they blacked it out. And all that does is it, when you have a kid and you say, hey, don't touch that because it's going to shock you or it's too hot, and as a kid they're going to go and touch it and it's going to shock them or it's going to be too hot. That's exactly what this video did for me. It had like 9,000 views when TikTok said, oh, this might be, I'm sure people called in this video, but this is the day and age that we live in. It made me upset when I posted this. But then afterwards, it actually brought like, 18,000 views to the channel because people were like, why is this blacked out? And why can I still watch it if it is blacked out? So watching from Santan Valley, thank you, SH. This is the one that TikTok found too sensitive. And after I'm done playing it, I'm going to be like, how is it possibly too sensitive? But this is it right here. Let's turn down this sound so you don't get the echo. I'm not even going to get into it because I went on a rant about that last week when they took it down. They didn't take it down. They just blacked it out. When I say black it out, I'll show you on my TikTok channel here, folks, what it looks like. If you went to my TikTok page, which again, we got 151,000 plus followers. So this is where everything is at. You see it's right here. And if you click on it, you can click on it. And it says, some people may find this video to be too disturbing. Some people may find this video to be too disturbing. Skip the video or watch the video. And right now we have 8,400 views on it when it only had 9,000 when they took it off. And that's because people are like, well, what could possibly be so disturbing that you would keep the video up and allow people to watch it but black it out? And yeah, that's it. It's on the Buffalo Soldiers, trying to bring attention to some unbelievable history of the 10th U.S. Cavalry that were down here in the around 1884 to 1886 in southeastern Arizona, hunting Geronimo at the time. There's a place you can go down there. There used to be an old monument. I did a video on that. Maybe I'll show it tonight if we get some more people up on here. There's an unbelievable 10th U.S. Cavalry during the time of the hunt for Geronimo, where they were stationed, and these guys made a monument to an assassinated president. The Buffalo Soldiers made the monument to an assassinated president at the time, and it is pretty unbelievable. The president was James Garfield, and the Buffalo Soldiers really liked James Garfield, and I talk about it in the YouTube video and in the TikTok video. But there is a monument that exists down there with the names of those who were in the 10th Cavalry at the time. Christina Stewart, how did you know I was here? Good to see you. Catherine Payne, LOL, I didn't know you were here. Oh, at Christine Stewart, okay. What? That's a great video. Yeah. It's too disturbing for most people on TikTok to look at, though. And that's according to TikTok. That's not to anybody else. Let me see what good to see you live when I come there to Arizona next time I visit my sister. I will be taking your tours. I think we'll be there in June or July. Perfect time. See, people think that's too hot. You get started early. You get some water. And if you're not from Arizona, you get a lot of sunscreen on. And you have a great time. That's the time I get out on the trails to find ruins and petroglyphs because everybody's off the trails by 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I just popped on live here. We have sisters on here, right? Let's see here. A few more messages. Yeah, amazing. They let people to do vulgar content on TikTok, but they black out American history. Yep. And there's no way to get a hold of them, really. If they take it down from other kind of content, they do. TikTok is fair. They do let you, they let you review. I'm stumbling over all my words here. You can contend. You can go on there and say, "Hey, wait, this is not. It's happened before in another video, and they put it back up. This one they blacked out. It's just very weird." And you can see it's got me flustered, so I'm going to move on. I can't figure that one out. And the reason I say I can't figure that one out is because, for crying out loud, I've got 49 Pioneer Cemetery tours on that TikTok. And that's the only one that could be disturbing for people to see. So I would love to find out from TikTok how that got tagged like that. How many people actually, and obviously people turned it in. TikTok didn't see that and do that. People commented it and turned it in. And that's why I believe it got taken down like that. Do you have recommendations for trails and historic sites in Arizona? I need to get my 4Runner out there. Hey, man, look, I always tell people this. If you're an off-roading guy, I love to do it. I put myself in the middle of the off-roading fanatics, I call them. There are people that go rock climbing with their $60,000 to $70,000 Jeeps. That's not me. And then there are people who drive on the pavement in their $60,000 Jeeps and never see a dirt road. That's not me. I land in the middle. I'm out of a 10, I'm like a 5 or a 6er. So I always tell people about Agua Fria National Monument, because you have the most, you have the oldest, best preserved ruins in the state. That's why it's a national monument, folks. There are more Native American ruins in that area than I think anywhere else. And that's in Agua Fria National Monument. But just know this. We've had a lot of rain lately, and you don't want to go after it's rained. You're not getting in and out of there. I don't care how good you are at your 4-wheeling or what kind of setup you have, because there's no paved roads in there. People get a false sense of security when they turn off Bloody Basin Road, and it's this hard, like, dirt road, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" No, it's when you turn off that to start going back into Agua Fria. Some of those places in Agua Fria will take you 2.5 hours in a Jeep, a well-equipped Jeep or whatever you have, to get to, and then you get out and you hike it for another 30 minutes. There are some extraordinary Native American ruins in the Agua Fria National Monument, and that is an unbelievable place to take your off-roading vehicle, because it is all off-road. There is nothing else. If you go after it rains and then the mud settles, the grooves, the ruts in the road, you better have a high clearance vehicle to get through those. Let's see what else we got in the comment section here. Hello, Poland. Does that say Barli? Barli? Poland. Interesting. That just threw me off. The other place would be Ironwood Forest and National Monument. It's set up the same way as Agua Fria is. Free to get in. It's a national monument. It has some very historic Native American ruins in there also, but you have to know where you're going. But if you just want to go in there for an adventure and go off-roading, you open up the gate. You definitely close that gate behind you because there are a lot of cattle and bulls in there. And you drive up, and all you're driving through in Ironwood Forest National Monument is you're driving down wash. So you definitely need 4-wheel drive in both of those places. You don't go in there without 4-wheel drive. You definitely need high clearance, and you're going to go 4 high as soon as you get in, because once you hit the wash, especially if it's dry out, you just start sinking in that sand. So, but those are the 2 spots, and those spots will take you forever. It'll take you years to explore Agua Fria National Monument and Ironwood Forest National Monument. When you get through those, I'll give you the 3rd location to go out and check out. See here. Yes, Poland. Well, good to see Poland in the house. Every now and then we get, where is it? We get a lot of people from Canada and a lot of people from England I get in the comments to my YouTube channel, and also TikTok is everywhere. But it's good to see you. Good to see you. What time is it in Poland? Let's see here. Do I need a permit or a special license to drive off-road? No. Nope. Nope, it's a national monument land. With National Forest, I should say. It's Ironwood National Forest. Both of those places, Agua Fria National Monument, that's Bureau of, I gotta watch when I say BLM, it's Bureau of Land Management land. That is the best land that we have in the state of Arizona. That is boondocking land where I think it's like 9 days or 10 days you can camp out there at a time for free. But then you have to move on. People do come through there and make sure that people have moved on. Just like Four Peaks, you can do the same thing out there in the Four Peaks off-roading area. But no, that's Bureau of Land Management land. You can get in and get out. The only land that's I know that you need a permit is Arizona Trust Land. And if it's a recreational pass for Arizona Trust Land, which majority of it is, if it's one person, it's like $9 for 365 days. $9 for a year. The last time I got a permit to go on Arizona Trust Land. So you don't want to go on Arizona Trust Land without the pass, because the amount of money that you'll get fined if you do get caught without the $9 pass, and it's more if it's a family or if it's more than one person, it's like $20 or something. But you don't want to pay the fine for something that's so cheap. So don't test it. Get the thing. But both of those, I believe, are both Bureau of Land Management areas. You can go right on them. It always tell you before you go in what kind of land it is and who's authorized and not authorized to go inside. Let's see what we got going on here. Amazing. Don't come to the crappy city like... Oh, well. I won't say that. Heard around the world. Yeah. Hello, Poland. Yeah. So nasty. Homeless everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, we got, I'm going to tell you somewhere I was very disappointed, and that was Austin, Texas. When I was in Texas for 3 months, Austin is truly unbelievable. Infrastructure wise, the millions it costs to live there, and that problem you have all over Austin. So I can't imagine paying like $1.1 million for a 900 square foot apartment and be surrounded by just chaos. It's absolutely unbelievable in Austin, Texas. Let's see what we got going on. I come to AZ. It's the best state in the union. I'm gonna go with you there because, again, I moved to Texas for 3.5 months, folks, and I am back in Arizona, and we have lived here for now 10 years in the great state. With that 3 months that we tried out Texas, got nothing bad to say about Texas because it was just the history of Texas. I was going there to record. It just didn't work out, so we came back and we left in July the 3rd. And we came back in the first week of October. AZ is the best state. AZ is phenomenal. AZ is phenomenal. All right, let's see if there's another TikTok. You know what? Since we got a few other people, let me. I was speaking really quickly for people who join later. The reason I'm doing this is I'm ending this streaming that I pay for to go live on Facebook and YouTube, because I'm just going to be upfront with people who follow me and support me in all different ways. This is not working. This is not working. I wish it did. I enjoy doing it. I love the streaming platform. I love being able to bring up people's comments kind of like this, throwing them onto the screen. Being able to bring in guests is fun. Being able to post all my stuff for my tours on here is fun. And I have a great time. The streaming isn't the problem, but it's not worth paying the monthly fee when we only reach maybe 3 to 10 people when we're live, and about 150 people about 4 days later when I take it off of YouTube. And I always leave it up on Facebook, but I take it off YouTube after about 4 or 5 days, and we got 150 is good. And I was discussing earlier, we were out at the Tewksbury Cabin 2 days ago around Anthem, Arizona. And we went live on, I always say we, but I'm talking about me, but I use it as the Arizona time. It says calling myself the Arizona Time with Stewards all the time, in second or third person. Anyhow, when I went live, We had anywhere from, for 50 straight minutes, 95 people to 250 people continually for 50 minutes. I'm focusing on a cabin, not talking about anything about what happened in 1877 between the Tewksbury's and the Grahams. And people kept joining in and joining in. We went to 150 to 195 to 200 to 240 to 250, according to analytics, was my peak. And for 50 minutes, we never had under 95 people on that live. And so I got to look at those things. And I'm like, on this platform, on Facebook and YouTube, and it's not like I tell anybody when I'm going live on TikTok. I just don't. I just go live and I get 200 people watching. And people, on top of that 200, you get to reach, I think we reach between 50 and 60 new followers every time we go live. We get money donated every time we go live. It's just, and guess what it cost me? It cost me actually $0 on TikTok, yet they pay me. And so this is costing. And we are not seeing any of the benefits. We are meeting some great people like from Poland and Christina and SH and Catherine and Christine. And we meet great people here. We'll still post stuff to, the funny thing about YouTube is it's my last social media outlet. It used to be number one for 4 years. 100,000 hours of videoing and editing and doing work for that channel. And buying, a couple $1,000s worth of equipment that I need to sell off, and doing my best to put a product out there for YouTube for almost 4.5 years. And we're 20 people shy of 4,000 followers. And as a business, you guys sit back and look at that and say, man, I put some stinking time into this and it's not going anywhere. Yet on TikTok, we spent 1.5 years on this, on that lovely platform, which I think is the best platform out there, period. And we got 151,000 followers. We got 200 plus people on a live. It pays me for content, and we get sponsors from that content. So everyone who was complaining in the TikTok videos, why are you showing Colombian coffee? Come on now. That Colombian coffee ad put gas into the Jeep gas tank so I could keep moving and grooving. TikTok has brought, advertisers from all over the United States to my channel. We just got a brand new one that's a possibility that I can't announce right now, but it is the best advertisement that I've gotten in 1.5 years, and I'm excited about it. They'll probably reach back to me on Monday or Tuesday, and what I'm going to be endorsing on TikTok and throughout all my social media platforms, I'm 100% in. I'm 100% in on coffee, but for the channel and what the channel is all about, this product is absolutely phenomenal. I was excited. It was yesterday, I think I got the opportunity. They gave me the offer, and I definitely accepted it. I just got to wait to hear back from them sometime Monday or Tuesday. Only a limited number of people were in this advertisement to do this, but the product, especially if I get the product to show you, oh boy, it's going to be great. That all comes from TikTok. That does not come from YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or any of the other platforms that I love, that I've put hundreds of thousands of hours in. And everything that I have to the editing process for 4 years. TikTok, 151,000 followers, right? 200 people live when I go, right? And money, sponsors. And, if I had to guess, we have well over 50 million total views in 1.5 years. So, yeah, I hate to ramble on like that, but again, let's just be upfront about this and say that this isn't going the way that I thought it would. So, we tried to get a little studio in here. What I plan to do in the future, when I do my lives after the 31st of January of 2021, is just record like this, but it's just not live, and it's just not on a streaming. It'll be from the computer, same background. I can throw graphics up if I wanted to, and then I can post them whenever I want to post them. It just won't be a live show. I know, just discovered you love YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. For new creators or creators that have been around for a while, YouTube. And you don't criticize these social media platforms, not one of them, because I'm on all of them, and they don't charge me for putting all this content out there. I mean, I'm an old man, and when I was growing up, I couldn't imagine having the opportunities to talk to people in Poland and Canada and England from my little office in Gilbert, Arizona, and for free. Not advertising in the local newspaper or the city's newspaper that I grew up in, that would have cost you hundreds of dollars back in the 70s and 80s. Wouldn't have been feasible for a kid to do that, and definitely not for an adult. So all these platforms are phenomenal, but they're just when you sit down at the end of the day and see where your money's coming from, where your people are coming from, where your content's coming from, where you're getting the most engagement from, you got to then go 99% into that particular social media outlet, and that is TikTok right now. Uh, Christine Stewart, thank you for that. Thank you for all these very nice comments. Um, yeah, this comment, yes. Yeah, it could, in a couple months, I might pay for another month of this and give everybody an update live. In like what January, February, March. Maybe I go into April and pay for a subscription for 30 days and do like 4 or 5 lives in April. Say hello to everybody live like this, but yeah, it's just not feasible. Yeah, just being real. Yep. Yeah. I mean, again, uh, people always ask me, man, you must be doing great on these tours. You're always out and about, and you must be doing this. I always tell people the amount of money that I make in the last 5 years of putting everything into this channel goes into a gas tank. And a year ago today, we were paying like 218, 219 a gallon, which was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it was an all-time low. Usually when I first moved here, it was like 260, 270 a gallon, not bad, but 219, 218, some places like 215 a gallon in a Jeep. Well, that's phenomenal. Now, everybody's happy around here because the gas prices went to 377. Why are they happy? Because it was 390 about a week and a half ago. And people get like ecstatic when it goes to 377 from 390. And then tomorrow it'll be back up at 385. So we filled up today at 377. That's like $65 for 325 miles in a Jeep. So yeah, everything goes into the Jeep gas tank. So anyhow, let's stop. I just, again, this is not a gripe section, not a gripe session. More like, please follow me on TikTok. You will see me live on TikTok. I promise. I go live, maybe once a week. I'll be out there to answer questions, to promote tours, to promote my shirt sales, which we should be getting out there in the next 2 or 3 days, at least 3 designs in every different size. And I picked out the best. Folks, you're not going to be disappointed in these shirts. The best material that's not going to shrink or anything when you throw it into the wash machine, and it's going to stay looking good. Yeah, did a lot of investing in these t-shirts for these tours and for some other things. So I'm out, brother. See you on TikTok. Great job. Thanks, SH. I appreciate you being here. It is greatly appreciated. I'll put that up there. Boom. Let's look at the TikToks I just put out there. This one is the one that we had a lot of people live when we were out there. We've gotten, I think, 347,000 views in the last 72 hours on this one TikTok video. TikTok again is growing unbelievably. So let's find that really quick and let's post that. Let's show you guys just in case you did not see it on TikTok. I got to find it first, though. And for those of you who watch, this ain't the best producing right here when I'm trying to find things, because usually it takes me a minute. For some reason, it does. All right, I didn't find that one. Let me show you one from Texas really quick. This one was really no, this ain't for Texas. Forgive me. This is from the Pioneer Cemetery that I consider the best Pioneer Cemetery in the state of Arizona. This is the final resting place of Larsina Pennington Page. She was abducted by Tano Apaches in 1860. Unable to keep up with her captive, she was stabbed 18 times and left for dead. She then crawled through the desert for more than 16 days before finding help and being rescued. The first thing she asked for was a chew of tobacco. A chew of tobacco was the first thing she asked for. And, you know, I found a book on Larsina Pennington Page. It's called, what is it here? It's a used book, so let me get the thing off so I can. Levi's Lace, Arizona Women Who Made History. And this is the peel off the thing. It was $7.99 at a used bookstore, and it's got the whole ordeal of Larsina Pennington Page. And it goes way, way, way more into detail than what I told you and what I knew about her making that. This woman was unbelievable. That's why I love doing the channel, because, man, you find women and men and children in history that did some absolutely unbelievable, amazing things. And the fact that this woman survived, and the very next year, her husband gets killed by Apaches. And she lives out the rest of her life. And it's a story that's going to get lost to history unless somebody goes and finds it and digs it up and brings it to you on a live and talks about Larsina Pennington Page. Woman was extraordinary in what she did. It truly is. Her story is truly unbelievable. There's no possible way she should have lived through that ordeal, and she did. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a good time to get my stuff out to press uniforms for work tomorrow. Nice. Let's see here. What else can we show you? We'll just bring up a few things. We'll cut this thing off. Let me bring up one really quick that I found really cool that I found when I was in Texas. Let me show you that one really quick. Let's bring this down. This is the final resting place of Davy Crockett's wife, Elizabeth Crockett. She passed away January of 1860. Elizabeth Crockett. I traveled a long way to get that, way about 40 or 50 miles west of Fort Worth. You can see she's out there. They're saying that statue is there. She's looking out towards a certain direction, looking for Davy to return from the Alamo. Really, really a pretty cool historic gravesite in Texas there. Let's see what else we got. I'm just going to find ones really quick, folks, and post them up here so you don't have to wait. And we'll put them up. This is the gravesite of Ed Shefflin. He was a prospector who discovered silver in the Arizona Territory, which led to the founding of Tombstone, Arizona. In his will, it states, "It is my wish, if convenient, to be buried in the dress of a prospector, my old pick and canteen with me, on top of the granite hills about 3 miles from the city of Tombstone, Arizona. And that a monument, such as prospectors build when locating a mining claim, be built over my grave." There's another one, folks. Ed Shefflin. Who knows Ed Shefflin? See, his story gets looked over all the time. If it wasn't for Ed Shefflin, there would be no Tombstone, Arizona. Do you know what Tombstone, Arizona was called before it was called that? It was called Gooseneck. Do you think movies about Gooseneck, Arizona would be popular today? No. The reason those two major motion pictures were made, the reason why Tombstone is not lost to history is because it's named Tombstone, Arizona. And Ed Shefflin was the guy that was mining in that area. And the reason that he named it Tombstone was because he would be around a lot of the Army guys, a lot of the Indian scouts like Al Sieber. And they were like, "Where are you going?" And he would say what mountains he was going into. And where that is very close to Cochise's stronghold, the Warm Springs Apaches that you didn't want to mess with. And what they told Ed Shefflin is, "Look, you're not going to find gold in their mountains. You're going to find your own tombstone." So when Ed found what he found and finally sold his mining claims for, get this, 3 guys got paid back in those days $300,000 each. Okay, $300,000 each back in the 1870s. What that would be worth today is unbelievable. But he named Tombstone. He left and went to Oregon. When he passed away, his brother buried him and did not read his will. In his will, it stated he wanted to be buried 3 miles outside of Tombstone with a in that type of a monument, which prospectors built, I guess, around mining claims. And his brother, took him and brought him all the way from Oregon. I couldn't even imagine that trip to that spot and reburied him right there. Ed Shefflin. Most of the time, Ed Shefflin's name, people don't have a clue, even in Tombstone. I doubt that monument is visited very often from the tourist in Tombstone, Arizona. But Sierra Vista was once called Hook, I think because of the prostitutes. What's up? All right. So we got some things going on here at the house, meaning that the family definitely comes first. Again, thank you to everybody who sits out here and watches this. That we will end these lives just on YouTube and Facebook, period, on the 31st of January of 2022. We will probably do 2, 3, 4 more lives prior to ending everything. These lives will always be up and running no matter what the sound is, because the sound quality has been crap the last 2 times. I have not done my due diligence in making sure that everything was turned on when I was doing it. And the computer mic was on, so it sounded like garbage. But I keep them up on Facebook. I take them down on YouTube. We will keep it up again till the 31st of January of 2022. And then you'll find me on TikTok, folks. Again, I don't tell you when I'm going live. Check it every now and then. And we'll do 2 or 3 more of these and get my money's worth out of this streaming network that I paid for the month of January. Family comes first 100%. So until next time, folks, go ahead and take care of yourself. All right.